David, most well known for his absolutely massive song Romantic Homicide, turned in 2 years from a teenager playing video games on his computer to having a song on Billboard's top 100 list. How did he do it? What are his plans for the future? And most importantly, where did it all begin? David Anthony Burke, mostly known as David nowadays, started online with the name Antonio. This would transition into Ant over time and then fully switch to his first name in more recent times. But to start, we're going to be accurate and refer to him as Antonio. Before what you would call his real start in the gaming scene, he posted videos on YouTube. Antonio's first video on his channel was titled Introducing the Best Phase Console Player. Posted 4 years ago with now almost 5,000 views, Antonio saw no success at this time. He would continue to occasionally post Fortnite clip highlight reels on YouTube, but really began his career in April of 2020. Right when the pandemic hit, he quite quickly made a name for himself in the Fortnite Twitter community. He would play Fortnite and was known for being really good at building, editing, and creating montages of his best clips. He released a significant montage on July 3rd of 2020 titled #ChronicAntonioSoon. At this moment, he was fully focused on creating a gaming career, and Chronic was a Fortnite team that would recruit the best players to join their team. He wanted to be a part of it. Around this time of grinding for Chronic, Antonio would join a different team called Assault. Making a name and building a foundation for himself, he would continue to post montages to Twitter and YouTube and begin to grow an audience. He hit 3,000 Twitter followers on July 5th and kept on posting. Antonio tweeted out looking for montage songs to use, which is pretty cool because later on I'll explain just how his music helped him with that and how that tied into the reason he actually began his music career. Repping the team he had joined, Assault Antonio would hit 3,000 YouTube subscribers on the 15th of July in 2020. The pandemic and time on his computer had let Antonio have a rapid rise to success in the scene, but it would slow down soon after. On July 22nd, we saw his first expression publicly that he wasn't enjoying the game and that his time on the game might end sometime in the future. That maybe this wasn't the career that would take him to his massive success that he'd always dreamed of. Demotivated but with no idea what else to do, he continued in the scene. He tweeted out the signing gift showing he had joined a new team, and on the 5th of August he announced it. He had joined Delirium and got a montage with his clips on the team's official YouTube channel. For the most part, Antonio was having a great time. A rise to success in the workings. A classic story of things working out just right until you're finally at the top. But for Antonio, it wouldn't turn out to be all that easy. David, still known as Antonio or Ant to the public, was struggling. He voiced his annoyance with the work he put in and the lack of results he had gotten back. It was rough for him. In this time, we would see the first trace of David talking about music. He mentioned briefly that he's always felt left out with his friends listening to only rap music. David said that he listened to people like Claro and Kuko, which makes sense because you can hear the resemblance between his music now and some of those artists' songs. David would struggle through the pandemic with a lot of personal issues, which were only briefly expressed through a few tweets. He realized maybe Fortnite wasn't the path for him. Maybe there was something bigger out there that he was missing out on, that Fortnite couldn't get him where he had always wanted to be. On October 10th of 2020, he would tweet, "Just came to the realization that I'm probably not going to make it big off of Fortnite. Gonna try new stuff. Still gonna post Fortnite stuff on Twitter, but maybe not as much on YouTube. Bless up." His friends and supporters motivated him a ton. They tried to convince him to keep it up because at any given moment he could see a huge rise to success. But David had made his mind up. Fortnite was no longer his plan for the future. But what exactly would take its place? Well, David himself didn't even seem to know this at this point. I'd go out on a limb to say that David was working on music in some capacity in this time frame, but never publicly showed that being the case. On the 19th of October, he got his YouTube channel monetized. However, that wouldn't change the fact that he wasn't enjoying it, nor did he see the possibility he once did in sustaining this as a career. If you played Fortnite at all or know anyone who did, you probably know how not fun it got over the last couple years compared to the start of it. You could tell David was really thinking about quitting constantly, but just didn't know what else to do as a path to follow. So naturally, he kept hanging on to the ride. A ride that would keep going but never see significant progress. Posting montage after montage, he would post more and more tweets about his daily struggles and the problems he faces. Very vague tweets, yes, but you could tell something was up. This wasn't the end for David though. November 15th, 2020. David posted his first music on Twitter, a clip of him playing the piano. Finally showing publicly his interest for creating music, he veered further and further from his Fortnite persona by leaving Team Delirium that he was a part of. Or was he veering further away? Unexpectedly, David started his grind for Chronic once again. Did he really think that after he left this in the dust, he had a chance at a Fortnite career again? For a while, he cycled through being motivated to grind the game, hating the game, and posting piano clips on his Twitter, just like this one. But at the end of 2021, David was finally born. He created a new Twitter account, rebranding to his now well-known David, and released his very first single called Runaway onto Spotify. Shortly after, he would follow that up with the release of a single called You and I. Both of these have since skyrocketed in plays, but at the time, of course, they didn't go huge. The first snippet that David released on his new branded account was dropped on January 10th of 2022, and honestly sounds nothing like his blow-up song Romantic Homicide that would be dropped later in the year. The snippet was named Rooftop, and as far as I know, was never finished or released. Funny enough though, he didn't drop himself from Fortnite as soon as he switched to giving his attention to music. He actually continued to think of his music from a perspective of being in the Fortnite community. Something David had said in the past is that one of the main reasons for him starting music was to create songs that were copyright free for his own Fortnite montages, so that they could make money and be monetized on YouTube. Throughout January of 2022, David dropped more snippets and was slowly transferring his brand to being a musician. His audience loved him for both now. Later that month, his second song released. You and I got up to 10,000 plays, which for him at the time was quite remarkable. He was killing it as a brand new artist, and this is just the first bit of success he would get throughout 2022. He continued to post montages and song snippets, having a good time from the looks of it, and finally the day came. February 18th of 2022, David released a Fortnite montage with his own personal song. What he had always wanted to do was accomplished, and his community loved it. He focused the next couple months on doing the exact same things, releasing singles on singles on singles, and posting Fortnite montages somewhat consistently onto his YouTube channel Limit Ant. In this time, he grew his channel to about 50,000 subscribers, which is about where it's left at to this day. Could it really all be this easy for him though? No, of course not. In June of 2022, he tweeted voicing his concerns that his parents might not let him continue doing music. He said, "If you listen to my music or were inspired by me to make music, or I've helped you with music, reply to this please. I need to convince my parents to let me keep doing music." He once again had his community to come in clutch, and the issue is seemingly resolved. Everyone supported him to a very high degree. David, from gamer to musician, was starting to really feel what it was like to be known in the scene. At a lower level, of course. But he hadn't even had his big hit yet. In June, record labels started hitting him up, and he was further establishing himself into the scene. Off to a rather humble beginning, on July 13th of 2022, David would release the first public clip of Romantic Homicide onto his Twitter profile. A 30-second clip, and to say the least, people loved it. I'm using this when you drop it. This song is so effing good. Drop this right now. Bro, this is actually so good. The first time the song had ever been heard, it foreshadowed the success to come from it. The feedback was amazing. July 20th was the actual day. The day the song would go public and his career truly rocketed to the top. And off the start, it did amazing. As expected from his community's support, after day one, the song ended with 124,000 streams already. To this day, David continues to capitalize off of his success. He locked features with Claro as a result of his great musical talent, a huge achievement for him considering in the past he had mentioned Claro being someone he listens to and is inspired by. All of the support hit him fast, and he released a Twitter voice talking about this new situation he's in, his love for his supporters, and more. I'll play a short clip of that now.
It seems like I'm a little distant from like all the people that I met in Fortnite and on Twitter and everything. For me, I'm about to cry right now too. This is kind of crazy. But I just want to say thank you, like all of y'all. Like I don't even know how to express my appreciation, cause y'all really been here with me for like the longest time. Like
David, funnily enough, said that he writes about 10 songs a day trying to make anything better than Romantic Homicide, but just can't seem to yet. It surely would be tough to follow something that performed so well among so many people. On September 7th, the music video for Romantic Homicide dropped, and it's already amassed an insane 10 million views. While continuing to drop snippets of new projects, the song ended up debuting on the Billboard Top 100 list, his first career placement within his first 20 songs released. Now, will David be a one-hit wonder, or will he take the success and take it to the next level? Truly, only time will tell, but I for one think he has a long, achievement-full career ahead of him, and this video will be a marker of the tip of the iceberg, the beginnings of his career as an artist. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, what I should cover next, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.